I don't value brain injuries. The jury will value the injury to your brain. When I was a kid, there was this whole TV advertising about a collegiate fund, and the tagline was, "The mind is a terrible thing to waste." And I think most every person understands the importance of your brain. If you truly have a traumatic brain injury that's affected your ability to do the things in your daily life that you need to do to be a spouse or a parent or an employee, that's priceless. I think every person who works for a living, every person who's a parent, every person who's in a relationship understands that if your memory isn't what it used to be, if you can't multitask, if you're irritable and anxious and depressed, if you can't be around people because sound and light bothers you, if you're alone because of all these symptoms, I can't imagine an amount of money that any person would take if I offered them that life. The insurance company is going to look at how much the medical expenses were to take care of this brain injury. The problem with that is if you've really hurt your brain, there's not a lot that can be done other than therapy, time, and maybe a little prayer that you're going to get better. But if you don't get better, it's sort of offensive for the insurance company to say, gee, you only had $5,000 or $10,000 worth of medical expenses, so your case is worth $10,000, $20,000. Think about the situation I just laid out. Would you accept $10,000 or $20,000 to live a life of loneliness because of head symptoms? Of course you wouldn't. So I don't know how to answer the question about the value of a brain injury because every case is different. But what I can tell you is I personally have stood in front of juries and talked to them about the value of brain injuries. And on more than one occasion, they've returned a verdict that was greater than the amount I asked for. So I clearly don't know how to evaluate a brain injury because the juries have told me they're worth more than my client and I are asking for. So the answer to that question is put your case in front of the jury if you really have a permanent brain injury and let them tell you what the case is worth.